Thank you, and thank you for joining in. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everyone. Let's see if we can get some people on the live feed so we can start. Chat live. Let's see if we can get people on the live feed. We're about to take a couple of days off, and then we're going to jump back again on the horse. It's unbelievable the amount of news that we have to. It's a non-stop effect that is going on, and it's just incredible. I believe so. The how we have been part of this. The biggest caravan that ever exited the south border of Mexico. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News, correspondent of Real America's Voice News and the Wendy Bell Radio Network. Thank you so much for letting us be part of your time today. Caravan update for everybody that is watching. Yes, the caravan of 15,000, the largest one that has ever exited the south border of our country of Mexico, has been processed. All of them, they have a document that is the name of the document is the multiple migration form. This document was accomplished due to the 15,000 people caravan that they pressure ultimately walking, and their purpose was to pressure the Institute National Immigration of Mexico so they can give them the document. So much pressure, so much people, so many children that they actually accomplished that. And when they accomplished that, you got the first amount of people that they were processed was around 8,000, then another 3,000, and then later on the rest. So you have almost 15,000 people with this multiple migration form that is a permit that permits them to walk freely for 30 days into our country of Mexico. Now, what has been going on after they received this document, was finished, the caravan was finished on the day of Saturday. That was when the caravan was, I'm going through a church. That was when the caravan lastly was basically dissolved. It was a solution. Now the migrants started going up north, and what they are using is buses. They are buying their own tickets, and they're transporting themselves to borders. The border that they want to go to the most, and the border that there has been in a massive inflation, is the border of Piedras Negras, Coahuila, and the borders of Acuña. These borders are connected to Eagle Pass, Texas, and Del Rio, Texas. These are the two borders that they're actually the majority of this influx, this massive influx, it is going to be arriving in the next days. And some of them, they're already in the United States, as you can see. Some of them, they're already in the United States. They already delivered themselves in the United States. They already arrived to the United States. So that is something that a lot of people are not knowingly informed about. They already in the United States. There has been a contention, and that contention, it is by the Mexican government in the parts of San Luis Potosí, in the parts of Saltillo. These are states that they have to go through if you are in a bus. So if you're in a bus, those states are on your way to head to these particular borders, that is Eagle Pass and Del Rio, Texas. This is before getting to the state of Coahuila, that is the state that has Piedras Negras and that has Acuña. This state of Coahuila is on the top, and San Luis Potosí and also Saltillo are on the bottom. So the buses have to go through there. What has been going on, the Institute National Immigration and also operations by the ministerial police and also by the municipal police of the authorities of Saltillo and San Luis have been holding and have been dispersing the caravan and have been stopping the people from arriving on a massive amount on buses. Why? Because the American authorities and the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, has a good relationship with the governor of Coahuila, which means that these two governors are working together to disperse the caravan, to not let them arrive to the river. Why they don't want the massive people in the river to be arriving, and why they are holding this contingency, and why they are kind of like dismantling the amount of people, because they don't want a catastrophe to happen. They do not want a catastrophe to happen, as people drowning, as kids drowning, as people, basically camping out underneath the bridge, as it happened with 15,000 people from Haiti, that they were camping underneath the bridge, which means that they are trying to digest the caravan, and they're trying to disperse the caravan, so the caravan will not be arriving to 20, 30, 40 buses at the same time and let us in at the same time, which means it has to do a lot with the Summit of the Americas. The Summit of the Americas, in a nutshell, I will tell you what Joe Biden agreed upon. Joe Biden agreed upon to basically, number one, to start a dialogue with other countries so they will not let out so many people of their countries, and this caravan and the trafficking will stop by sending all these countries money. But it's the problem with Joe Biden, that he's sending money to the wrong people, and is sending money to NGOs. Those are people that they're going to continue the funneling, and also the continuity of people coming. You have to send the money to the right people, so these people can get help with their infrastructure, security, education, and health in their own countries. It has to happen whether you like it or not. First-class world countries need to help third-class world countries. It needs to happen. Even President Trump, when he was president, he was going to send 4.8 billion to Central America so they can get help, but he had a task force. He was going to make sure that every dollar and every penny was going to be well spent on these third world class countries. Now, the Summit of the Americas has said that they want to disperse amounts of groups of people for not arriving into the river. The river is the fault of the own Biden administration. The Biden administration has completely habilitated this ideology that the river, it is a port of entry. The river, it is not a port of entry. The river specifically, it is a place where it is a non-port of entry, and also people are started adjusting and thinking, the migrants, that the river, it is a correct place to cross. It is not a correct place to cross. That is not a port of entry. That is not a documented in a regular pathway for you to enter into the United States. But the Biden administration has made it sure for the migrants to understand that the river, it is a way to cross and deliver yourself to asylum. So the whole world knows about the river. The whole world knows about the river. So this is the number one problem. The number one problem was that the Biden administration has made sure that the whole world knows the river. Now, all of a sudden, in the Summit of the Americas, the Biden administration has said, you know what, I don't want amount of people in the river. I want this to be close. I want this to be more regularized. I want people to migrate, and I want people to migrate documented, peacefully and securely, first and foremost, so they can enter with a refugee claim or asylum claim into the United States of America, and legitimate claims. Legitimate claims. What are these legitimate claims? Legitimate claims that law of immigration, law of the United States of America, they are applicable to enter and to have a case in the United States of America, because that is under the law of immigration laws. The ones that they're not eligible, the majority of them are economical migrants. These economical migrants are the ones that they are not qualifying for political and refugee asylum. There's a lot of them. There's thousands of them that they are not going to qualify because they are economical migrants. This is the current situation. This is why it is what is happening. They're holding them back on the states of Saltillo, and also on the parts of the states of San Luis Potosí. They're holding them back. They're not letting them go all the way to the river, because the government of Mexico does not want a catastrophe, does not want some kind of a situation to happen. So they are trying to hold them back, and they're trying to basically make sure that they don't arrive all at a massive scale into the river. So a lot of the migrants, thousands of them, are getting upset because they're saying, we're being stopped, they're not letting us go, they're violating our humanitarian right. No. You are giving a multiple format of immigration that gives you the ability to walk freely, yes, but they do not want you to go to the river. And that is not a port of entry. You need to understand that is not a port of entry, and you are going to habilitate traffickers. So they're trying to avoid that. They're trying to save lives. They are trying to make sure that people are not going to lose their lives. So people, the migrants, need to understand that is not a port of entry. That is not a port of entry. That is not a port of entry. To deliver yourself for asylum, that is not. But a lot of people are understanding that is, because it's the most easiest way, it's the most fastest way to deliver themselves and to be in the United States soil. So they're trying to avoid that. They're trying to avoid an influx in the Del Rio sector and also in Eagle Pass. That is why there's multiple operations of the Mexican government to contain this massive influx from arriving into the United States borders. That is why they are doing that. And you know what? If it has to do with security, and if it has to do with these people trying to understand that a lot of people are going to risk their life, let it be, man. It's preferable to people not lose their life, but people being contained, really. It's preferable. And I will tell you, it is preferable for these people to not lose their life, to not drown in the river, and to not be kidnapped by a trafficker and also by a cartel organization to force them to give them money in exchange for their liberty and their freedom to keep on walking. That has been happening a lot in the past incoming months in the borders, where it is extremely dangerous for people to be walking, that they're not from the entity of Mexico. If you're not from Mexico, they are going to bother you. They're going to ask you, what are you doing over here? They're going to ask you, what are you walking over here? They're going to ask you, what are your intentions of you trying to cross to the United States? And if your intention is to cross the United States, and if you're not Mexican, they're going to hold you back. They're going to tell you, you know what, this is how much you need to pay, because this is our area. This is how much it cost. So that is the number one problem they're trying to avoid, and they're trying to divide. They're trying to get that problem resolved. But I will tell you, and this is on the flip side, and a lot of people are not going to like it, and I don't care. These are facts, and I'm just stating the facts. The multiple form of immigration, it is a form that it gives the migrants to walk freely, in the in Mexico, which means they cannot be stopped. I'm just telling you what it is. Don't get mad, don't get upset. I'm just giving information, and don't get all butthurt. This is the information that I need to give out. It's facts. So this multiple migration form gives them the ability to walk freely in the country, not to get stopped. So actually, what the Institute of National Immigration is doing, it is wrong. They're violating the constitutional article of Mexico, that is Article 1, and also they're violating that multiple migration form that gives them the ability to walk freely around the country. Now, what the Institute of National Immigration needs to do is to land an operation before they enter the river. That is international grounds. If you let an operation happen at that particular standpoint, you're not interfering, and you're not violating their right to walk. You're telling them this is not a port of entry. That is the port of entry. You cannot enter to this port of entry. This is a river. You're risking your life, and we don't want you to risk your life, and we don't want you to be risking your son's life or your child's life. We're not interfering with your multiple migration form right. We are letting you walk. This is the limitations of our border. After this, you can walk to whatever place you want. That way, you are not violating the multiple migration form. But now, they are violating the multiple migration form, because they're stopping them in Saltillo, and they're stopping them in Coahuila and in San Luis Potosí, which means those are states that they're in the territory of Mexico before the limitations. So the Institute of National Immigration, it is shooting themselves in the foot. They're violating a right that is for them to walk freely. They gave them that right. It is not like the Mexican people gave them that right. No, the own organization, the own Institute of National Immigration gave them that right. So if you're giving them that right, why are you violating them that right also now? I'm just saying, you gave out a document saying that you're going to give them the ability to walk freely, and then you stop them before you are going to basically let them in. What is the whole purpose of you giving away the document then? You're violating, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're not making anything better. You're just making everything worse. The Mexican government has been completely disorganized. It has been unfold. And in addition to that, is not only that they have been unfold, but they have been unmasked. What is that unmasked? That they have been looked at the world like the most disorganized Institute National Immigration that has ever happened, because the director of immigration, Paola Rodas, was saying to everybody that there was a lot of people that they were giving away immigration visas, that they were giving away everyday permits, that they did not have a problem, that they had everything under control in Tapachula. And look what happened. 15,000 people just on one day got, on 3 days got together, and they started walking north, which tells you that they have an enormous bottleneck still in Tapachula, and you have a great problem of immigration with open borders. So update, you have all these 15,000 that they're moving up north. All these 15,000 that they're moving up north right now, they are scattered, and they're scattered all over the place, but they're actually, the government of Mexico, it is violating a multiple migration format. It is a violation to stop them before they get to the limitations of the border. They're trying to prevent them to get to the river, but that it is preventable by you stopping them before they enter the river. I don't know. I'm just stating facts. This is what facts are supposed to be done. These are what facts are supposed to do. Facts are these. I'm just stating facts, and a lot of people are gonna get, well, Oscar, we don't want them. I understand what you're going, well, Oscar, we're full, we're having a catastrophe. I understand what you're saying. I'm just stating facts. I don't care about your crying. I don't care about your pandering. I'm just stating facts. Facts are these. And also that the government of the United States of America needs to participate on giving away and helping third world class countries. We have been helping a lot for the rest of years. We have been giving away money a lot. Also, your capitalist businesses in corporate America has been taking advantage of third world class countries. And it is a reality. Whether you like it or not, corporate America has been taking advantages of third world class countries. McDonald's, Burger King, Carl's Jr., Walmart, all these corporations, they pay less and they make 3,000% in a foreign country. Let me give you an example, and we are going to have that discussion later on, Anthony and myself. As you go to a Carl's Jr. and you buy a burger of number 4 Western bacon, a combo, it is $7. You come over here to Mexico and you buy a combo, a number 4, and it is almost $7. You know how much they make over here per day? 170 pesos per day. That is around $6 in fraction of per day. When in the United States of America, they make to $9 to $10 to $11 of an hour. Imagine how much the thousands of percentage that they are making. And a lot of people are going to say the cost of living in the United States is more expensive, Oscar. If the cost of living in the United States was more expensive, and everything is more expensive, those businesses will go broke. Those businesses will not even work. Those businesses will be bankrupt. But why they're not bankrupt? Because they're making a lot of money. Guy, the United States has been helping other countries before my great-grandmother was born. And the United States has been having corporations and also international capitalism, where they make more money out of international fairs, out of tariffs, out of international taxes. I'm just saying what it is, man. I'm just saying what it is. I'm just saying what it is. Corporations of the United States and international capitalists, this is why I have been saying the international capitalism in exporting and importing, it is their cream and butter of the United States of America. This is why they don't close their borders. We need to close the borders. We need to close the borders. You're not going to close the borders. You're never going to close the borders, because if you close the borders, all you're exporting and importing, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. Look what happened when China cut the aid. Look what happened. Close the border, period. Somebody says there, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot and your economy is going to go down. You cannot close it. You depend on international affairs. Even President Trump did not close the border. I'm just saying what it is. So these corporations, these massive corporations, Starbucks, Burger King, Carl's Jr., Walmart, all these leftist corporations, whatever you want to call them, they need to understand that they have an enormous impact on the economy of international countries and on third world class countries. And these massive global corporations, that they are elitists, and these people that they are controlling the economy of countries, they need to understand that they need to release more funds. They need to release money so these countries will get better. So these countries will get better infrastructure, better housing, better educational places, better schools. It is not because of the United States of American people. It is not because of the United States Americans. It is not because the average citizen of the United States. It is the corporate America, which these corporations are taking advantage of other countries and they're not paying what they're supposed to be paying. Do you think that is fair for a person at Starbucks that makes $9 to $10 an hour in the United States of America, and over here they sell the product exactly the same price and the worker makes 170 pesos per day, that is $6 per day? Do you think that's fair? I'm just trying to make sense here. This is why international capitalism for the United States of America, it is so important. You have all the cheap man labor for Ford, for Mazda, for Toyota, for Chevrolet in Mexico. Why they haven't taken the automobile industry back into the United States of America? Why do you think? Why? Do you think that they haven't taken the automobile industry back to the United States of America because the automobile industry is more comfortable in Mexico and they sell tacos? No, because the cheap man labor, it is more cheaper, and they're making 3,000% out of making parts and vehicles in Mexico, and they're just importing them into the United States of America. What about the cartels? Why aren't they fixing the infrastructure? Mexico makes bank out of America. I don't understand. Tell me why the United States of America, it is the greatest buyer of narcotics. Fix your borders, fix security in your borders, fix the border, implement more security systems in the border, implement more technology, reinforce your borders, make immigration laws more stronger, categorize the actual fentanyl traffickers into more sanctions and federal systems, make laws more stronger, adjust to laws to traffickers, adjust to laws to people that they're trafficking children, and adjust to them, and you will see how the trafficking and also ultimately the smuggling is going to lower down. Meanwhile, you have a president that is incentivizing this to continue. You will have an exacerbated number, growing and growing and growing and growing every day. I'm just saying. Somebody saying, what happened to you, Oscar? What do you refer to what happened to me? What do you refer to what happened to me? Get Americans off drugs, exactly. Sadly, the United States of America is the greatest consumer of this. Sadly, it is the greatest consumer of this. We need to speak facts and we need to speak reality. I am not going to pander to one side. I am not going to pander to your narrative. I am not going to lick, the Democrats' boots or the Republicans' boots. This is not about a political party. It is about fixing this damaged and polluted system that is contaminated and rotten. It is contaminated and rotten. You have a lot of anger today. I don't have no anger. This is the way I speak. And if you're a brand new follower, this is the way I speak. This is the way I speak. Somebody saying, close the border. What will all those poor people wanting to have better life than we do? You're incorrect. You can't close the border. If you close the border, you will shoot yourself in the foot. You will not have no trade. Where's your trade going to go? How are you going to depend on trade? All the border cities are going to collapse and your economy is going to collapse. Secure the border, yes. Close the border, you're going to collapse. You are going to collapse. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Thank you so much for joining in. A lot of people don't like the truth, man. A lot of people start getting offended. Oh, you're screaming at us, Oscar Blue. You need to talk to us more gentle, Oscar Blue. What happened to you, Oscar Blue? You seem that you're like mad, Oscar Blue. I'm not mad. This is the way I speak, and this is the way I have been speaking all my life. If you cannot handle it, change and go see Oprah, go see The View, go see something that it panders to you, and go see something that it needs to be more pandering and more soft to you, that it will fit your narrative, and you will go and say, like, that's what I want, that's what I need, that's what I... Hell no. I'm telling you, like the way it is. I'm telling you, like the way it is. Say hello to Big D, Big Troll. So, thank you so much for everybody that is watching. Thank you so much. We are going to have, a live feed where me and Anthony are going to explain how corporations are taking advantage of third world class countries. Me and Anthony, we're going to talk about that. It is extremely important how everything needs to be exposed, and how these corporations, these global corporations, these monopolies are taking advantage of economies in other countries. It is not supposed to be the American taxpayer who gives away money. No, it's supposed to be the corporations. The corporations who let go money to these third world class countries. These corporations that are making $3,000% out of every country, they're the ones that they need to be releasing funds to the people, to the countries, because they're the ones that they're profiting. And they're American corporations. These corporations, not the American taxpayer. Why are you trying to get money out of the American taxpayer if the corporations are making 3,000%? 3,000% out of every consuming. And I'm not even saying, somebody saying who pays the corporations, the citizen pays. The citizens of the country. You don't understand what I'm saying or what? Nothing has to do with the United States of America. It has to do, let's say, example, Walmart. Walmart is making 300% more out of international capitalism in an international country. Why are they making 300% when they, in the United States, they're making a double 100%? Why? Why you're making more money in an international country, in a third world class country, than in the United States of America? You're making more profit in another country than in your own country. So they need to tax these corporations, and those taxes, they need to go to better infrastructure and better economies and better, schools and better streets and better everything. Not the American taxpayer. Ay, ay, ay. Thank you so much, Ms. Jara Lee, new member of our platform. New member of our platform. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. We will be talking later on this afternoon to discuss this, to really have a conversation about this. And people do not want to get their feelings hurt. This is the thing, man. People get their feelings hurt. When you speak in the truth, oh my God, it doesn't fit my narrative. Oh my God, I'm going to stop following Oscar Blue, because today he was screaming at us. Well, why don't you lower the volume at your phone? Why? Why should I? He should lower his voice. Like, what the hell? I'm not talking to, I'm not talking to an audience of Oprah. The hell we're discussing, and we're having a conversation about what is really going on. We should have a normal average conversation. I'm not even mad. This is the way I speak, and this is the way I talk. So God bless you. Have a beautiful day. I give you guys an update, and I give you guys what is going on and what is happening. Sadly, give it a like to this video, hit that bell button on this video, man. We need to discuss this, how corporations are taking advantage of other countries. It is not the American taxpayer. It is not the American citizen. It is not the U.S. citizen. It is this corporations, global corporations, that they're the ones that they need to release and help. These people, these Democrats and these leftists want to get more tax out of the people. They're taxing the people, but why they don't tax the corporations? Why they don't tax the corporations? Somebody saying, how do we fix Venezuela? Getting that dictator out. Instead of sending money, get that dictator out. Not every third world class country, it is exactly the same. Not every third world class country needs exactly the same. You heard it from a congressman in Guatemala. He said, we want trade. We don't want aid. Stop sending us money. Just sending. Give us trade. Give us jobs. Give us capitalism. Stay safe, everybody. We will talk soon. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, peace and love. Because always your country first. God bless.